Hey everybody, welcome back to Chapter 4, Section 2. Here we are multiplying complex numbers. So, in the last video I introduced to you what a complex number was, or what an imaginary number was, which is the square root of -1, and that's denoted by the letter I. So if you ever end up squaring the letter I, that's like squaring a square root. If you square a square root, the square and the square root basically cancel each other out and just leaves behind the number inside, so it makes -1. So if you ever square I, it makes -1. So I have a few examples here where we're multiplying complex numbers. So just multiply whatever is outside of the parentheses. So I have 4i times -6, so that's -24i. And then I have 4i times I, so that's 4i squared. So we're going to turn the 4i squared into 4 times -1, which makes this -4. So I'll just bring down the -24i. And so instead of saying plus -4, I'll just say -4. And then in the last video, I said that standard form means you write the regular number first and the imaginary number second. So technically the answer must be phrased like that. And that's it. That's example A. Example B, I'm going to distribute. And so I have 15i times -1. So that's going to make it a -15i. And I'm doing 15i times 2i. So 15 times 2 is 30. So positive 30. And then I times I is I squared. And so 30 turns into 30 times -1, which makes -30. So you have -15i minus 30. Write it in standard form with the regular number coming first and the imaginary number coming second. And now you've done letter B. With letter C, we have more to distribute. So this is called the FOIL method. First is do multiply the first terms. 9 times -4 is -36. Then we're going to multiply the outer term. 9 times 7i, that's going to be 9 times 7 is 63, so 63i. And then, so we did FO, now we do I, inner. So that's going to be -2i times -4, so that's positive 8i. And then we'll do last, minus 14i squared from doing -2 times 7, -14, and then I times I makes I squared. So we will combine like terms. This makes 71i. And then the -14i squared can be written as times -1. And I'll just bring down this -36. So what's -14 times -1? That's positive 14. So bring down everything else. And then look, we have two more like terms to combine. So I have -36 plus 14. Looks like that's going to make -22. And then plus 71i. And that's in standard form. You have the regular number coming first and the imaginary number coming second. So with letter D, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go 4 times 11, that's 44. 4 times 8i, that's 32i. And then I'm going to go -12 times 11, -12i times 11. And that's going to be, what is that, 132? Yeah, it'll be -132i. and then negative 12i times positive 8i. And 12 times 8, what is that, 96? Yeah, that'll be 96, so negative 96i squared. All right, so we combine our like terms. And so if I was confusing with the first, the FOIL thing, first, outer, inner, last. It's just kind of a mnemonic device, I guess. But all that matters is if you're multiplying two terms here by two terms there, you should get four terms before you simplify anything out, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4. So if you ever like, oh, did I multiply everything? If you have 4 terms, you know you did. All right, so back to this, combining like terms, 32i minus 132i. Looks like that's going to be a negative 100i, so negative 100i. And then I know I can change this negative 96i squared to times negative 1, negative 96 times negative 1. And I know that's going to turn this into a positive 96 because 2 negatives make a positive. So bring everything else down. And now I'm just doing 44 plus 96, and that's going to make 140. And so I have 140 minus 100i. That's in standard form with the regular number coming first and the imaginary number coming second. And that's going to wrap it up for these examples. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.